Hello, and welcome back to the show. I am Hex, and I'll be your host for the next little while. This is my office. Yes, we are back in here because I've decided to have this be my normal intro area, provided nothing crazy happens. Doesn't seem so bad, though I do have quite a few new guests wandering around. Not really a problem. I'll just have one of my assistants sort them out. Willis? Willis! Would you stop playing around all sporadically, please? He tries his best. Well, we'll worry about the other guests later, because there's one important one I want you all to meet. For they have a nice little story with them, for how we met, and they got kind of a shield to give it away. Everyone, this is Jerry. He is a zombie piglin from the survival realm, and I brought him on over because he saved my life from some pillagers who'd set up an ambush in the nether. Now, you may be wondering, how did that happen? And, well, it's simple. So, the way my portal is currently set up, it is very easy to wander into. And at some point, a drowned, a spider, and at least one pillager, though I believe there were more, wandered in. Next time I tried going through, I discovered the ambush, though I was stuck on the loading screen for a moment, and I was still able to hear all of the noises they were making. Arrows flying, illager noises, grunts, whatever you want to call them, and, of course, the drowned, and spider. When the loading screen disappeared, I was back in the overworld. I can only guess that one of the hostiles hit me and knocked me back through before I finished loading in. So I went back through this time with my shield raised. On the other side, I found the spider and drowned, quickly dispatched them, and turned around to look for the pillagers. I didn't see them, because instead, in their place, was a zombie pigman walking around with their raid banner on his back. I'm guessing they accidentally shot him trying to hit me. Either way, got the screenshot, and then he walked through the portal. I did my utmost to get him in a boat, with a name tag and some nice armor, as thanks for his help. Now, with that lovely story out of the way, I'm going to give a quick rundown of what else I did off camera, as well as the plans for the objectives in this video, while doing a little bit of mining in the background. First off, I created a path to another fortress. Died 3 times while doing that. Once on the way there to some piglins. I didn't put my helmet on fast enough. Once while in the fortress, accidentally smacked a zombie piglin while I was collecting some soul soil. Yes, this was before Jerry showed up. And then once again on the way back with all of my netherwart spoils, I died to some random herd of hoglins that had spawned in my tunnel. The bright side is that I got to eat pork chops for a very long time. Now, I did also manage to find the last tree I was really needing for my base design, i.e. mangrove trees, and just as good, I found some frogs while I was there. I quickly made the executive decision to relocate some of those frogs. Fingers crossed that they are the frogs that I'll need for the right color of frog light I'm after, i.e. the orange one. So yeah, promising items added to the collection of things I'm needing. Now, as far as goals go, I only have 4 for this week. First off, going to acquire some diamonds for armor and tools. Then we're going to fully enchant said armor and tools. Then locate the end portal and defeat the Ender Dragon. And then lastly, we're going to finish off with building a trading hall combo system, so I can have easy access to good enchantments and stuff. It sounds like a small amount, but there's actually quite a lot. And finding diamonds turned out to be a very tricky task for me, as I had basically no luck with strip mining or just searching around. Thankfully, I did have someone to talk to take my mind off of my bad luck. Doesn't look like they were having much of a better time, though. With my luck not being super good on the diamond front, I decided to start working on an XP source other than fishing. Originally was going to use the spider spawner due to its closeness, but ended up finding a better option in a skeleton spawner not too far away. And seeing as how I'm going to need a lot of bone blocks, this truly stood out as the better of the two options. Though, while scouting, I also came across this pit. Yes, I was frozen, as I did not know if a shrieker was nearby or not. Did try to eradicate any catalyst I found though, for safety, and then I got the heck out of there. Ironically though, both the Deep Dark and the Skeleton Farm projects led me to find a lot of diamonds. Yeah, that's my luck. Now, as for the farm itself, it ended up being way bigger than I thought it would be, and that's entirely due to my struggling with getting the water set up right. It took me a few tries, but I did get it going where I wanted it to, and in all honesty, I think the bigger farm area works a lot better, as that's pretty much why I found any diamonds, and it'll also hopefully churn out more skeletons for me. From the noise alone, you can pretty much tell that it's working, but I'm going to go ahead and show you just what I've gotten thus far. One, I've gotten lag, and yeah, whatever this weird looking amalgamation is that's sitting in the kill chamber. Two, I've gotten arrows. Lots of arrows. Three, I've gotten bows. If I ever need a backup, here we go. And four, plenty of bones for the start of building. That's basically it, as they haven't dropped a whole lot else. And now for the collection system itself, it's pretty simple. One hopper leading into one chest, and the design of the farm is extremely basic, with this giant tinted glass window for me to look in because, yes. The next step was, of course, getting the enchantments done, which proved to be more annoying than I thought, because it kept giving me the terrible enchantment combos, or only one enchantment at a time. I did, however, manage to get a decent set, but I still decided I was not ready for the dragon yet. So, did a little switcheroo on the task list and figured the next thing to do was set up the villager trading hall and get some mending books, as well as easy access to diamond armor and tools. To start a villager trading hall combo, I'll need to first build, or in this case mine out, an area for the farm, which is essentially the lifeblood of this project. No farm, no villagers throwing potatoes at each other, no new villagers being created. And this farm design is from someone online, though it's been so long since I started using it that I have forgotten who. I've also modified it slightly from their original design, mainly because I'm too lazy to try and make a villager collection system, so I just usually build the trading hall around it. And then I filled the central farmland with water. Why? Because it makes traveling downwards a much less dangerous affair for the ankles of my little friends here. Speaking of which, usually when building one of these, the villagers themselves tend to be the most annoying part of the setup process. Namely because they like to run around like their house is on fire. This time though, for the most part, I did not have that problem. The majority of the villagers came along quietly. Some even jumped into the boat. So that was a nice change. There were of course some stranglers, but hey, not everyone agrees with being relocated. Oh, and possibly fed to a zombie. I'm sure it's fine. And once that was done, I went through the task of trying to get some decent trades, mending being the top priority. If only I had considered the workplace safety regulations beforehand. Oops. The bright side to that, however, is that I now have a mending villager, which, that's going to really help my stuff. Not, get destroyed so easily. Then we got some more villagers set up before taking another look at the overall structure I had made, kind of haphazardly. Kind of just threw it together. And I was just thinking, it doesn't bother me. It's just hastily thrown together whatever the heck I had on me at the time. But it doesn't bother me. It'll be fine. It doesn't bother me one single bit. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot. Changing it now. First thing I did was remove this house, while planning on rebuilding it later as the entrance to the bunker-like area I was about to be creating. Once the house was removed, I went about changing the ceiling into glass because I figured it would help things grow in the farm, and the walls of the farm were my next target. This is where things became a more just gonna wing it type situation, though I did settle on trying to make this iron golem-like face. Working on the walls, though, gave me the idea to create more entrances for the villagers, so that I can block off one and not stop all access to the farm. With those done, I went about creating the various rooms in this box-shaped bunker, even adding in the side rooms for various mini-farms I will be using for trading materials, with one room being set aside for the zombification process. Thus, the design became like the picture from before that is also now on screen. I then moved this other house on over to be the entrance to my bunker because I lost the materials from the first house. How did I lose the materials? I have no clue. So, either I'm going crazy, or there's a skeleton nearby. There was a little spot under the floor here, so probably there. Oh! Yeah. This looks like the place. Skelly's trying to shoot from the rock. Well, that was oddly satisfying. Let's get this lit up real quick. Oh, sweet. There's a cave, too. No harm in checking this out real quick. I was incorrect. Great. Now there's a zombie running around with my sword. Or not, because I can't find the thief! Found the small child, though. So lucky I can't actually kick you, you darn literal ankle biter. Well, sword's lost. I did manage to keep everything else of importance, though. while showing the denizens of this cave some wrath, but no sword. Sadness. But getting a replacement won't be that hard. Hopefully. That, and it's time for the tour of the bunker. So, as you can see, we have a nice big farm area with a decent skylight. The walls and entrances have some very basic designs reminiscent of the iron golems, except with emerald blocks for eyes, because I am lazy. Over here, we have the entrance house, leading straight down into the bunker itself, with the zombification room right here. Each of these chests is basically full of various materials I gathered while mining out this massive space, or trading with the villagers. Now, if we go out to the left here, we'll see a villager sleeping with his potato. I'll just ignore that. Anyway, here's one of the side farms. This one having melons, carrots, beetroots, and wheat. Continuing down, we have some more villagers, several green croats. I'll deal with them later. And another farm area. This one has sugarcane and potatoes. Let's ignore the fact that there's a giant potato farm in the middle. Going even further, we'll find this last side farm being occupied with netherwort and pumpkins. This is the only one I haven't planned on fencing in because the villagers won't mess with it. And wow, there are a lot of green coats. I counted, and there's like 7. Last thing I did was try to fix my problem of the iron golems and wandering traders spawning in here. The traders being the main annoyance because they always drag those llamas around and trample my crops. It's very annoying. So I tried creating a big open space for them underneath to solve that. And so far, absolutely no luck. Now they are spawning above ground and inside the bunker, and I'm left with this giant open space. Maybe I'll turn it into a mass storage room? Just full of barrels and chests? No clue, I'll figure something out. It may just stay empty. Alright, little tour over, and now I'm going to real quick take this horse I got back home. Which is now a task done. I have returned home. The horse has itself a little spot back here, which I'll turn into a stables at some point. But that is a project for another day. As is the dragon fight. I'm basically ready for that, thanks to that little project. So you can all look forward to that next episode, where we will be joined by our guests, Novindo and Pro Spartan, for that little bit of a fight. If you enjoyed this video, then feel free to let me know by clicking that like button. If you disliked it, then feel free to click that and tell me what you disliked about it. If you want to see more from me, then please subscribe. And I think that's going to be all for now. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you next time. Doodles!